Welcome to Crisis in Perception, where we examine the systems shaping our world, one book at a time.
Okay, let's just get right into it. We're all told the same story, right? That if you have a good, loving, long-term relationship, passion just takes care of itself. But for so many couples who genuinely love each other, the reality is, well, pretty different. The spark fades. It gets replaced by a comfortable routine, which is nice, but it's often passionless. So what's going on here? Why does the very commitment we build our lives on so often seem to weaken the desire we crave? And that brings us right to the heart of the matter, the central question for today's explainer. Is it actually possible to want what you already have?
To help us untangle this knot, we're turning to psychotherapist Esther Perel and her groundbreaking book, Mating in Captivity. She argues that this problem isn't some kind of personal failure. It's a structural paradox, something literally baked into the blueprint of our modern relationships.
This is what Perel calls the erotic paradox. And it's a powerful idea. The very ingredients that make love grow and feel safe can, completely unintentionally, end up suffocating desire. So let's break down what that really means. So what you're seeing here are two totally opposing forces. On one side, you've got love. Love thrives on security, closeness, the comfort of knowing someone inside and out. Its whole goal is to close the distance. But on the other side, you've got desire. And desire is fueled by the complete opposite. It needs risk, a bit of distance, mystery, the thrill of the new. It actually needs a gap to cross. Right away, you can see these two fundamental needs are pulling in different directions. And the pressure we put on this system today, it's just immense. As Perel points out, we've basically taken everything an entire village used to provide: security, adventure, meaning, community, and we've crammed it all into a single relationship. We expect one person to be our best friend, our passionate lover, our co-parent, our emotional rock, the whole shebang. I mean, that is a massive expectation that no previous generation has ever had for a partnership. So if we step back and look at a modern partnership like it's a system, we can start to see how it's designed and, well, what outcomes that design predictably leads to. And it turns out we might be unintentionally engineering the very boredom we're trying so hard to avoid. Let's walk through it. First, the design. One relationship for all our needs. Because the stakes are so incredibly high, the system incentivizes us to prioritize safety. We want transparency and predictability to keep risk and anxiety low. But what's the logical outcome? When you maximize safety and get rid of all uncertainty, you starve the part of you that craves adventure and novelty. Erotic vitality becomes this unintended casualty of a system that's perfectly designed for security. So the really crucial point is this. In our noble quest to make our relationships feel safe and dependable, to remove all the scary parts of love, we can accidentally domesticate desire right out of the picture. We build a cage to protect love, but passion? Well, passion just doesn't thrive in captivity. To really get a handle on this dynamic, Perel gives us a really powerful metaphor. Let's think of the modern relationship as a very specific kind of structure. She calls this the greenhouse marriage. You know, our relationships are like greenhouses, perfectly controlled environments. They're designed to protect, nurture, and regulate everything for safety and optimal growth. But desire? Desire is a wild species. It doesn't want a perfectly regulated climate. It thrives on a little bit of weather, on change, and on the space to grow unpredictably. Overregulation just tames it. And inside this super transparent greenhouse, we believe that sharing everything brings us closer. But as Perel warns, when we get rid of all the mystery, we also get rid of the curiosity. Total transparency can just mean there's nothing new to discover, nothing left to seek in the other person. And this is the crisis in perception. We feel the desire fading, and we immediately assume something's wrong with us, with our partner, or with our love. We're misdiagnosing a built-in, structural contradiction, the clash between the needs of love and the needs of desire, as a personal flaw. So what do? We try to fix it by doubling down on what we know. We push for more closeness, more communication, more sharing. But this only reinforces the very system that's dampening desire in the first place. We're basically turning up the heat and sealing the vents in the greenhouse, when what desire really needs is just a little fresh air. Now, it's so important to realize that this relationship system doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's plugged into and amplified by much larger forces in our modern world. Just think about it. Economic stress and dual careers leave us exhausted. Shifting gender roles create new expectations. Digital hyperconnection means we're never truly separate, which erases the very distance that desire needs. You've got the rise of intensive, full-contact parenting that consumes all our energy. And all of this is topped off by the cultural ideal of finding that one perfect partner, which just adds to the pressure.
So we're left with the fundamental challenge of modern love. It's not about choosing between security and adventure. The real work, as Perel suggests, is building a relationship that can be both a safe harbor and a launchpad for exploration. The question isn't if we can have both, but rather, are we brave enough to create the space that true desire really requires?
This project is free and publicly accessible. If you'd like to support the time, tools, and research behind Crisis in Perception, you can become a supporter on Patreon. For a longer audio-based analysis of this topic, see the deep dive linked in the description. If you enjoy this kind of systems-level analysis, please like, subscribe, and comment with books or topics you'd like us to explore next.